Hello, beautiful beings. Ancients, could you just make this video for me? Because my brain isn't working right. I've been sick. And my brain just doesn't seem to be working right lately especially since the supermoon in Sagittarius. I have two major signs in Sagittarius. I was born on March 22nd at 2:22 in the morning. Oh, my nose always starts to itch so bad when I start making a video. Yep, 2:22 in the morning on the 22nd. And so I am on the cusp of Pisces and Aries. So anyway, they reminded me right before I pushed the record, that I was going to show you one of the treasures I found out by the river. Well, it's the first time I had ever said, are there any more treasures you'd like me to find? Because I found an old rusted chain. I was picking up garbage and found an old rusted chain and hung it up on a branch, and then I said that and took a step forward and squatted down and moved this piece of burger foil and scraped the dirt twice, and the second scrape I hit metal with my long fingernail, and it's this. Yeah. It was tarnished. I couldn't see anybody that was on it. I'm not a religious person. I couldn't see anybody that was on it, but I was shaking. I was so excited, and it was, it's such a gift. Such a divine gift. And every being on this cross was swirling around and through me on that riverbank, and they were all speaking to me inside. I don't know what they were saying. I knew I didn't need to know, but they were just there. They were just a part of me, and I went running up to this inn that I was the caretaker at, and my twin was my boss. Yeah, it was just thrilling. And so many of the treasures, I'm sorry, I'm having such a hard time talking. Yeah, it's just what's going on planet Earth right now. And it kind of feels like, because my twin is, he's so facing towards me and not resisting our connection anymore and fully accepting it, they're saying, that's really great news. There's no shaking it. It's a life sentence. It has felt like a sentence. When his thoughts were very negative about me and he was resisting our connection and thinking that I was doing spell work on him or something. No, that never happened. This connection has just always been there, and it was just as much of a surprise to me that it was happening. I started studying it. I had no idea what it was. Why? It's just that he is just as much a part of me as I am. If you're not going through it, it's hard. It's actually impossible to explain the connection, but it's so amazing now because he's facing towards me and not resisting it, and so my twin is in the place of he has let go of his life that he had and is still in that process right now, but hasn't wavered again, hasn't went back and forth anymore. That part is over. That feels absolutely amazing. It sure helps my life a lot. Of course, I'm grateful, deeply grateful for the lessons, because I wouldn't have grown as much as I have without it, without your resistance to me. The more you resisted me, the more I was forced to deal with, very deep cellular issues that, from lifetimes around abandonment and, fear, just all of it. So thank you for that. I never thought I'd say that. But it's easier to say now because I'm not feeling the resistance from you. So I do listen to certain intuitive tarot readers, and I've had to over the years. I just to, well, I haven't had to, but I have, because it validates what's coming in. It has helped validate that I'm actually getting what I'm getting, and that it's as clear as it actually is. Because there are some that it is that clear for also what comes in, and the just the beauty of being able to trust what's coming in more than I ever have now is, it's pretty undescribable, the joy, how joy inducing it is. Wow. So, Moon Mother, the full moon recently brought me a little test. I don't really like the word test, but I don't mind tests anymore, because the ancients said that I passed this one with such a high grade that there is no grade for it. So my new landlord, yeah, he's out there in the living room. Anyway, so my new landlord, when we were going through the interview process, we met twice, once at a dog park and once at a gas station. And I just got a text. And I said to him the second time at the dog park, maybe the first time too, but definitely the second time, I said, so do you feel like you would ever be the type of man that would yell at me? And I said, I don't do well being yelled at. And he was just like, no, I would never yell at you. No way. Well, fast forward 3 weeks. Well, I've only been here 3 weeks in my new place, in this new place, his house. He owns it. Anyway, so we've all been very sick, and he started feeling bad last. And so myself and my other roommate, we were like 2 or 3 days ahead of him feeling better. And so 2 days ago, please, ancients, help me make this a quick story. 2 days ago, he had slept for 5 hours. He said, I just woke up from 5 hours, sleeping for 5 hours, and I had just got home from work. It had taken me 6 hours to clean that vacation rental. I'm not complaining, it just had never taken me that long before, and so I was gone for about 6.5 hours. And when I got home, I was really hungry, so I went right to the kitchen to make myself something to eat, because I'm not anorexic. And so he comes down the stairs, and I was just like, oh, how you doing? And he's just like, oh, and I said, oh man, you're in the thick of it, aren't you? And he was just like, yeah. And so he walked out, and then I came in my room, and my door was open, and he got a scoop of dog food, and I happened to look out, and he turned around and looked at me, and when he looked at me, I got goosebumps on my arm, and that's fear. That's feeling anger from somebody. And it immediately took me off guard, because he's been like overly sweet to me, really, really sweet to me, really nice. It's nice. It's better than having him be icky, But I can know what he's thinking. I know how he's feeling. I know the type of energy that he's putting out. It's not his fault, but I'm very aware of it, and how he thinks I would be such a good partner, and all the different qualities that he likes about me that he's been thinking about, and blah blah whatever. So it's not his fault. I know this. Okay. So anyway, so immediately I got the goosebumps, and then my stomach hurt. That always does that when I feel anger come from somebody. But the ancients were like, whoa, whoa, don't react, stay present, because when I'm dealing with somebody that's unconscious, I used to become unconscious myself, because I'm paying attention to what they're doing, like their actions, that makes me become unconscious. So I immediately started defending myself, though. He said, it'd be nice if somebody else around here could feed the dogs. Wait, what? What? That bowl's never been empty. This is the very first time since I moved in here. I mean, we're all always feeding the dogs. And so anyway, I said, wait, what? I always put food in there. Like, no, seriously, I just got home. I had to go right in the kitchen. If I would have seen that it was empty, I would have put food in it. And then the ancients were like, stop defending yourself. I was just like, no shit. And so I stopped. And I came in my room, and I still felt reactive though. But I'm really, really, really mastering that shit, not to react, because that's the worst part of any confrontation, is how my reaction. That's the thing that's really stuck in my head. After the dust settles or whatever, it's my reaction. So, so I was still in reaction mode though, because I felt like I was, I don't like it. I don't like being picked on. I refuse to be bullied at this point in my life. No way. I've overcome that one. So I ran around the house looking for him, and they didn't let me find him. And so I came in the room. I was just like, thank you so much for protecting me from myself. So I came in the room, and I meditated for 12 to 15 minutes. And by meditating, I mean I turn my attention back to presence, and I just stay there in my natural state until the flurry leaves and there's no thoughts anymore. And I root myself in that. And then I went out and I said, guide my words, thoughts, and actions. Everybody, all y'all, come with me. Do this for me. Because I knew I had to say something. I wasn't just going to let it go. And so I went out there and I said, hey, said his name. I don't understand what happened just then. You were angry with me and I didn't do anything wrong. You didn't even talk to me about it before you were angry. And I don't appreciate being spoke to like that. And he didn't say anything. And he was way across the yard, sitting in his chair, kicked back, talking, doing something on his phone. And I knew he had been out there because I looked all over the house for him. So I knew he was outside. He had been outside. And he didn't say anything. And I said, and I pointed at my roommate and I said, did you talk to him about the food situation? And I knew he hadn't. It was just me because I'm an easy target for some people. They think I am. They mistake my kindness for weakness. Oh, that's a mistake. Not that I'm going to beat them up or anything, but you're not going to get my sunlight anymore. But see, what that does to me, it makes it to where I'm not being myself. So what I'm learning right now is boundaries and still be able to be myself, happy, running around, dancing, just the way I am. I can't help it. Just being goofy, just happy, so happy. Joy. It's joy. It's just this joy. I can't explain really. It's the perfume of our natural state. And with enough practice, we can uncondition how we've been conditioned for lifetimes and then end up back in our natural state, which we always have been, but we've been conditioned to forget it. So, but now the joy is just, I feel like this bubbling well. So, when I said, did you talk to him about the dog food situation? He yelled at me. He bellowed across the yard and said, I just got out here. Wow. I haven't even been here a month and he already yelled at me and said he never would. Yeah, I know he remembered that. I mean, how many times has he been asked by a potential renter, so do you feel like you would ever yell at me? Never. And so, yes, he feels bad about it. But what I'm really learning right now is, and I've had interactions with him, very brief. I was pleasant to him. I just need to be myself, and I don't trust him. He ruined that. He absolutely ruined that, the trust part. So he yelled at me, and I said, "You've been out here for a while." I knew he was. Plenty of time to talk to Victor about it too. So that's why he yelled at me, because he knew that I knew. Anyway, so that was a couple days ago, and I really need to let it go, because a big mirror that I had sitting on the window ledge fell on my head right before I started recording this video. It's broken in my closet. I gotta throw it away tomorrow. But I was just like, oh, why did that happen? And for some reason, I know why now. It's because I'm supposed to be mastering compassion at a deeper level than I ever have. And that's lovely. I'm willing to let go of anything it takes to do that. And And so one of my dearest friends called me last night, and she could help me. I think that's going to make this glitch.